not naturally as big a man as those other welterweights. So start there. That's a fair point. He moved up in weight, Barrios. So he's not a naturally big, natural welterweight.
Mario Barrios right now?
Well, it's not impossible because he has power. That he should have that power.
He's the Jordan of boxing. Simple as that.
The boxing world is in shock as Manny Pacquiao trains for a comeback fight at 46 years old. His coach, Justin Fortune, compares him to the Michael Jordan of boxing and says age won't be a factor. Fortune believes Pacquiao has stayed active over the years and is confident he'll beat Mario Barrios despite being much older.
His age, yeah, I mean, but it's not. Listen, he's 45, 46. 45, 46, but he's not. He's always active. So he's always staying active. He's always doing something, mostly playing basketball, some sort of sport, something cardio. So, no, not really.
When Nate Diaz beat Conor McGregor, he said, "I'm not surprised." So Manny could say that after he beats Barrios, that he wasn't surprised that he's supposed to win.
Well, Diaz beat. I mean, different Diaz. I like Diaz.
Pacquiao's training at 46 is intense and powerful. Recent footage shows his fast footwork, quick punches, and endless energy. Fans are amazed at how sharp and strong he still looks. Pacquiao appears fully focused and ready, proving that even at his age, he's still a serious threat in the ring. Oscar De La Hoya has voiced support for Pacquiao's return. Even though Pacquiao is in his mid-40s, De La Hoya believes the boxing legend still has the heart and skill to compete with younger fighters like Barrios. He praises Pacquiao's incredible career and says experience like his should never be underestimated. For De La Hoya, it's not about age, it's about what Pacquiao still has left to give.
I wish him all the best.
Quadra, I love him.
Can he do it?
Quadra? Can he do it?
That's
Absolutely.
a Mexican
Manny
man.
Pacquiao's
Oscar needs
he's a legend, you know.
some nice ones. Thank you.
He's a legend. I think he can do it. Absolutely. I mean, it's not going to be easy, but I think he can do it. Yeah.
Fans and boxing commentators are comparing Pacquiao's comeback to George Foreman's legendary return. Foreman famously won a world title at age 46, a rare feat in boxing. Many believe Pacquiao, with his energy and legacy, could pull off the same miracle. This fight has become more than just a match, it's now a story about beating the odds.
If George Foreman can win a title at 45 years old and Bernard Hopkins can do it at 49 years old, then Manny Pacquiao can win a world title at 46 years old. I see this narrative quite a bit online, and there's a difference between Foreman and Hopkins situations and Pacquiao situation. I mean, Foreman was a heavyweight, and usually guys in the bigger weight classes, they can still compete as they get older, because they rely more on power and size, and less on footwork and speed, right? Foreman, he knocked out more to win the titles. Now, Hopkins, he did have a pretty impressive skill set at 49 years old to outbox Shumenov, but again, the guy was heavier, 175 pounds, and he had never been stopped in his career, so he had less wear and tear on his body and chin. Whereas someone at the lower weight classes like Pacquiao, he relies more on speed, footwork, and volume, and these sorts of attributes will be worse at 46 years old. Not to mention, he has been stopped a couple times, and he will be the smaller man than Barrios. So the odds are really stacked against him, and I don't completely count him out because he is so great and skilled, so I would give him a small chance. But Pacquiao winning would be more impressive than what Foreman or Hopkins did, because Manny's trying to do it at a smaller weight class.
Boxing analyst Teddy Atlas looked at Barrios' size and raised doubts. He pointed out that Barrios moved up to welterweight and isn't a natural at that weight. That means his size advantage might not be as real as it seems, Atlas believes. This levels the playing field and makes the fight more balanced than people think.
He's not naturally as big a man as those other welterweights. So start there. That's a fair point. He moved up in weight, Barrios. So he's not a naturally big, natural welterweight. And of course, we understand Pacquiao has moved up. My God, I don't even know when he first turned pro. You would have thought maybe he could have been a jockey.
Yeah,
I mean, he was
108 pounds, right?
Yeah, jockeys are about 105 pounds, I think, somewhere around that neighborhood. I mean, can you imagine him though going to the whip? He might have killed the horse. That's the only thing. Yeah, you would have had Petter. What is it called? Peter, whatever. Peter. You would have had Peter coming after you. You know, look what he did to this horse. You know, but look, I love Pacquiao. One of my favorite people. One of my favorite fighters in the whole world. He's moved up from like whatever. Incredible weight. People forget about that. That's why I brought it up. How many weight classes this man has really moved up. Incredible. Just incredible. But now, yeah, Barrios wouldn't be as big as those other guys, but he's still a guy that's confident. He's a guy that's a world champion. He's a guy who throws a lot of punches. He's a guy who's younger, who's active, you know, who I know you can't go by this guy beat this guy, but he could beat that guy, but he could beat this guy. But you can't go by that in my business, in this business, because styles make fights. But you're right. He beat Ugas. You could say Ugas was a little older than when he fought him a little bit, than when Pacquiao fought him, and maybe that made a difference, whatever. But he did take a lot of punishment, Pacquiao, in the Ugas fight.
The boxing world is split on Pacquiao's chances. Some believe he still has the skills and mindset to win. Others are more cautious, saying age is a real challenge in a sport as tough as boxing. Some even compare this fight to the Tyson versus Jake Paul event, suggesting it may be more about hype than competition.
Podcast or his network, his YouTube show.
1 second. Do you have? So you got Manny winning?
Yes.
You got Manny winning?
No, against Barrios.
Yeah.
No, I think look, every great fighter got one great fight left in him. That had to be Thurman and Manny. I think Manny seems to want to. Manny appears to be like how Bernard and Roy were. Like he's really one of those great old school fighters where you gotta he's gotta go out on his shield.
Yeah.
Going out on your shield used to not mean just in any given fight. It used to mean that's how they went out, period, fighters. And Manny's like that.
I do not want to see.
It's really hard to see Manny Pacquiao losing to Mario Barrios because of who they are. But who they are now, you know?
Sean, I do not want to see like Manny on the knee, mouthpiece out. That's going to hurt me.
Kevin McBride, Mike Tyson.
That's going to hurt me.
Even though Pacquiao says he's stayed active, some people in the boxing world are skeptical. They question if training without real fights is enough to prepare for someone as tough as Barrios. Critics want to see results in the ring, not just in the gym.
A bite, a overhand right. Stop it! Welcome to K9 Boxing. And it's yours truly, Cornelius K9 Bundridge, the oldest world champion in junior middle history. And Manny Pacquiao is looking to step back in the ring, y'all, against Mario Barrios, July the 19th. If I'm not mistaken, it's July 19th. And I give Manny Pacquiao a good chance at winning. Because, you know, a lot of people say, well, he's been inactive, he's older. Man, but he throw punches. He has a lot of experience. And his last fight was an exhibition, which still was a fight and still kept him sharp, punching, doing something. So it ain't like he just ain't been in the ring, ain't did nothing. Yeah, he been working. It's like them underground boxing matches are real fights. And it keep you off bold. You know, Emmanuel Stewart used to do a lot of exhibitions for his guys, or his guys to get them sharp, to get them prepared for a fight if they hadn't fought in a minute, just to have them fight sharp. What up, Keith? Yeah, just to have them fight sharp. So if they got in the ring and they hadn't fought in a minute, it won't seem like it. It'd be like it seemed like they just recently fought. Yeah, so you know, it's a lot of stuff you can do to make yourself relevant, sharp, can have you right, ready for a fight. Yeah. My young dogs, Kevin, Kyrie, and Tadell, the Hawk, the dogs, they fought to a draw